Okay, so we're now ready to look at what exactly is surface area, and in our next lesson we'll start finding the surface area of the individual shapes. So surface area is when you just find the sum of all these individual areas. So like on this net of the cube, you would just find the area of all 6 flat sides, and then you would just add them all together. That's what surface area is. And so often it's helpful to draw the net, find the area of the net, and then go from there. So what it says to do is draw a net for each solid figure and find its surface area. So I'm gonna do the flower method here. Okay, and so it looks like the height, the altitude of each of those triangles is 8. No, that's a lie. The height is 10. And the base is 8. And so let's see, we've got 4 of these yellow triangles that have that same situation. So let's see, 1/2 base times height, 1/2 8 times 10 is going to be 40 for each yellow triangle. And then 8 times 8 for the middle piece would be 64. So to find the total surface area, you'll see in your book, they're going to do sometimes a big T to represent the total surface area. I like to just call it surface area. But we're going to do 4 times 40 plus 64. So that's going to give us 224 units squared. Okay, so let's make B here you try. Try and draw your net and find the area, and then pause the video and check back. Okay, so here's my net of this trapezoidal prism, is what you would call this, trapezoidal prism. Okay, and we know it's a prism because it has the rectangle sides. Right, trapezoidal because the bases, and how do you know exactly what the bases are? Because they're not always the top and bottom. The bases are the non-rectangles. That's how you know which sides are the bases. And then remember, we name a shape based off of its bases, so trapezoidal. So those are my 2 trapezoids on the front and bottom. Those are these guys here and here. So since I've already got those worked out, let's go find the area of those 2. So we know our bases are 40 plus 20 all over 2 times 15. So that's 60 over 2. That's 30. 30 times 15 is going to give us 450. And there's 2 of those, right? So we've got 450 here and 450 here. Then for the bottom of this sucker, okay, we've got this green base here. Okay, so that would be just the 40 times the 25, base times height. So that's going to give us 1,000. Okay, and then, so this was 1,000, and this was 900 combined for both of the yellow trapezoids. Let's go next to this right hand side here. That would be this guy right here. So we're looking at 20 times 25 base times height. Gives us 500. Then I'm going to go next to the top of the trapezoid, which is this 20 by 25. We knew it was 25 because of this 25 would transfer up here. So again, 20 times 25 is going to be 1,000. I'm sorry, 500. All right, and we only have one left, and that's the left-hand side, maybe the trickiest side to see what is exactly going on here. And that's this guy over here. and it's 18 by 25 as well. Again, that 25 is going to transfer over here. So 18 times 25, that's going to give us 450. And let's make the code word for the next lesson. Let's make it trapezoidal. That's kind of a weird word, and I think it would be good for us to practice using it. So let's see, we're going to add all of these up. And I'm getting 3,350 units squared for the total surface area of this trapezoidal prism. All right, so our next lessons will all focus on finding shortcuts for finding surface area instead of having to do all this work of drawing the net and finding the individual area of each side.